from the station that's on your side. This is News 12 at 6 o'clock.
The Richmond County Sheriff's Office and the community are showing love and support for a local deputy. But first, we are tracking some more rain this evening with our First Alert Radar Network. As you can see here, showers are coming in, but I'm going to toss things over to First Alert meteorologist Emily Acton, the expert over here, and it sounds like rain will be sticking around for most of the evening coming in. What's that looking like, Emily?
Well, Craig, I mean, we should just keep you over there. You were doing great. You really were. But yeah, some showers are moving into the CSRA for our evening right now. Looking out on I-20, it's 89 in Augusta. Feels like 99 though, but we're about to see some showers pass through, so definitely gonna cool down for us over really probably the next 20 or 30 minutes or so. So nonetheless, seeing some showers there. There we go. Moving on to the next graphic, but an active radar this evening, and could see some severe thunderstorm warnings, and we already are seeing some severe thunderstorm warnings in our area. Most of these storms, though, are below severe limits, but the ones that are above those severe limits, that's just due to strong wind gusts and possible hail. So nonetheless, just be sure that you are aware of that. If you have any evening plans, maybe going out to dinner, definitely be sure to have a rain jacket, but just know that, hey, some of these storms could be on the stronger side, not the best driving conditions. But Craig, I'm going to have your full forecast coming up soon.
Alrighty, thanks for the heads up, Emily. Well, this afternoon, the Richmond County Sheriff's Office held a benefit ride for one of their own. Last month, Deputy Kenneth Mercer was injured in the line of duty in downtown Augusta after a homeless suspect shot Mercer. He has since been released from the hospital, and our Sydney Hood was at the benefit ride. And Sydney, are there any updates on how Deputy Mercer is doing right now?
Craig, there is still a long road of recovery ahead for Deputy Mercer, but he has an army of supporters behind him through it all. Roughly 150 bikers and Jeeps took to the roads today riding in his name. It was about a 45-minute ride that started and ended at the Richmond County Sheriff Office South Precinct off Mike Paget Highway, and between the line of bikes and Jeeps, more than $4,000 was raised, all going to Deputy Mercer.
And I think that many people that showed up today just furthers our cause, that most people want to be safe in their homes and need law enforcement to be there for them.
And coming up all new tonight on News 12 at 11, we'll introduce you to more who rode in Deputy Mercer's name and how a tragedy brought the community together.
Alrighty, thank you for that coverage, Sydney. Well, one person is in the hospital after a shooting in Aiken this morning. It happened on Kershaw Street around 6:30. When officers got to the scene, they found a man suffering from a gunshot wound. He was then taken to Augusta Medical Center and is expected to be okay. As of now, no suspects have been named, but we will keep you updated as we learn more. 3 people in California have died after a small plane crashed into a hangar. Authorities in Upland say the crash happened this morning at the Cable Airport. San Bernardino County firefighters responded to the scene and extinguished a fire that had engulfed the plane. All 3 people inside the aircraft were pronounced dead at the scene, and it's unclear where the plane was coming from or who was on board. New at News 12 at 6 o'clock, the Bamberg County Coroner's Office has released the identity of the man killed on Friday night after being hit by a truck. Dallas Preview was riding his bike on Low Country Highway near Mount Pleasant when a person driving a Ford truck was heading in the same direction, hitting Preview. South Carolina Highway Patrol says he died at the scene. In Atlanta, one man is dead after jumping into Lake Lanier Thursday evening. The Forsyth County Sheriff's Office says the man, who has been ID'd as Thomas Milner, jumped into the lake and was electrocuted when he entered the water. A family friend says they heard Miller scream for help and tried to pull him out of the water using a ladder. When that didn't work, neighbors stepped in to help and took a boat out to Milner. One person then jumped from the boat into the water to pull him out, but says they felt an electric shock. After swimming to shore and turning off the power box, the person returned to the water to pull Milner back to shore. Milner's uncle then administered CPR, and the 24-year-old was then taken to the hospital, where he later died. It's still unclear why the water was electrocuted. And former President Donald Trump held a rally this weekend as his legal...
Well, showers and thunderstorms are firing off across the CSRA, and that's going to continue into our evening. But what is overnight going to look like and our work week? I'll have your answers coming up after the break.
And a nonprofit in North Carolina is launching a new inclusive bowling league. We'll have that story coming up next.
fresh.
Place.
Taking you all to a live look at our Riverwatch and I-20 cam. It's looking calm right now, but storms are already gathering around the CSRA. We're going to toss things over to First Alert meteorologist Emily Acton. How's it looking for the rest of our weekend night and the week?
Well, Craig, we're going to expect those showers to continue off and on throughout the rest of our evening. So if you have any plans, maybe going to dinner or something, definitely need to have your rain gear with you and just kind of be aware. Some of these are on the stronger side, some of these showers and thunderstorms that are moving through. So again, be aware of that. Plenty of sunshine though for our work week. That's definitely some good news. Could see some isolated showers in the afternoon, but very typical summer pattern for us. But we're actually going to be a little bit below average in terms of high temperatures. So looking forward to that. But here's a look right now at the current radar, seeing lots of lightning really all across the state of Georgia, Alabama, even into Mississippi, South Carolina. Really all of the southeast is seeing some sort of shower or thunderstorm. But here's a little bit of a closer look at us here in the CSRA. We can see some severe thunderstorm warnings down to our south, and a line is kind of starting to form together. So Augusta, I think that we are dry right now, but probably within the next 15 minutes or so could see a shower make its way through. Again, we have several severe thunderstorm warnings, but this one that I pinpointed specifically is shown radar indicated some hail and some strong gusty winds at 60 mile per hour or stronger. Haven't seen those 60 mile per hour winds in a minute, but I think it is definitely weakening. But just be aware, hey, if you're headed out for the evening, might run into some messy weather. Want to look at the rainfall total. We saw tons of rain yesterday and seeing some today, and we're anywhere from about 2 or 3 inches places locally. And then I think after today, once we add that up, we could probably have rounded around 5 inches for this weekend. So plenty of rainfall. We're not done yet. Going to be off and on showers throughout our evening, and overnight things are clearing up. Start off our Monday right around 72. Going to see plenty of sunshine for our Monday. A little bit of cloud cover in the afternoon, an isolated shower possible. But overall, things are looking pretty good for our work week. And again, that's going to continue into Tuesday. High temperatures in those 90s again, and isolated shower possible, but not a big washout. So that's some good news there. We'll look at the tropics, though, an area of development that we're keeping an eye on just south and just off the coast of really North Carolina. Again, here has about a 30% chance of developing into a named system. And if that beats out the other one that we're keeping an eye on, then that will be named Emily. But most likely, the storm that's in the middle of the Atlantic has a very high chance of forming over the next several days, and that will become either tropical storm or tropical depression, whichever one it strengthens into, but it will be named Emily. So kind of interesting out there. Next 7 days, not looking too bad. We're really going to be a little bit below average, and when I say that, we're 2 or 3 degrees below average, but I think we'll take what we can get, Craig. Again, the next several days could see an isolated shower or 2 possible, and that's really going to pick up back up next weekend, but it's going to be off and on, so that's definitely some good news. We'll still see plenty of sunshine for our week.
Alrighty, excited for that, son, and thanks for the heads up on Emily. Well, a new special needs bowling league is launching in North Carolina. The group Endless Sports offers athletic opportunities to players with intellectual and physical disabilities, and the new bowling league already has more than 40 players. Anthony Wilson takes us there.
Bowling is a great way to get moving, have fun, and socialize. The people you see here, organized by a group called Endless Sports, appreciate the opportunity. It's an inclusive bowling league, part of Scott Stein's advocacy for members of the special needs community. He's also arranged lacrosse games for some of the bowlers.
I wanted to come up with another sport. And being it's about 105 degrees outside with 90% humidity, it's like, okay, what can we do indoors with air conditioning that hasn't been done before? So we decided to do the bowling.
They range in age from 4 to 45 years old, and they are having a ball.
Our job is to have the players come back next week with a smile on their face and look forward to it. Nothing more than that. And at the end of the year, we do have an award ceremony where everyone's recognized for their efforts.
You know, some people watching this are hearing about the program for the first time, and they want was to get those folks involved as well.
Just go to endlesssports.org and contact us through there, and I'm happy to provide information. There's a nominal fee, just a little bit to help offset the expense with the bowling alley. We do have some cool bowling shirts that people have purchased.
Shirts they wear proudly on this day.
And if any family ever needs some scholarship help, we're here to offset that cost. There'll be no cost to any family who wants to participate. We'll make sure of that.
As they enjoy one of the coolest options for fun on a summer day.
Great way to keep cool. Well, coming up, police in Texas seen jumping into action to save an unconscious man from a burning car.
If you think your accident,
Call me. Let's have a conversation.
You're watching News 12 on your side.
Accidents can happen at any time. That's why we're here 24/7. Evenings, weekends, even holidays. Getting you the help you need whenever you need it. That's the Strong Arm.
proud partner of the Atlanta Braves. First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Lexus Acura Infinity.
Alrighty, y'all, take a look at this dramatic video of Texas police officers pulling a man from a burning car. Police in White Settlement, Texas responded to a report of a car hitting a pole early Saturday morning. When officers got to the scene, they found 2 people inside the car, and the driver was able to get out safely. But the other passenger was unconscious. Officers quickly pulled the man from the burning car until medics could arrive. The driver and passenger were taken to a hospital and are expected to be okay. Now, the Humane Society of Hobart has shared photos and videos from the scene of an incident where at least 8 dogs died of heat stroke in Indiana due to a failed AC unit. Natalie Martinez has the details.
The Humane Society of Hobart shares heart-wrenching photos and videos from Thursday night around 7:40 when they were called to a chaotic scene at the Road Ranger gas stop in Lake Station, Indiana.
There was a box truck with 18 shepherds, adult shepherds in heat distress. They were seizing on the scene, dying on the scene, and had heat stroke.
I have a call coming in for animal cruelty on Berkeley Street.
Jenny Weber explains that the Lake Station police, fire, and several Good Samaritans were already at the gas station when they arrived.
We noticed that there were many infractions that we noticed, one being that they did not have the proper paperwork, nor was it presented to us. They also were transporting under conditions that weren't safe to do so.
She says they were denied access by police to information, and the driver was able to continue his trip with dead and live dogs on board.
The doors off, the animals not secure in the vehicle, and they were able to drive on to Michigan. This was really shocking for us.
The chief of police emailed that they won't comment on the investigation until it's completed, but in a Facebook post said that the canines were being transported to a canine training facility from O'Hare Airport to Michigan City, Indiana. The driver got caught in a 2-hour traffic delay. The AC unit in the cargo area failed. The post says the driver wasn't aware of the heat-related medical distress until he heard barking. He pulled over, but it was too late for at least 8 dogs.
And Lake Station police are calling this a freak event, adding that it wasn't an act of animal cruelty or neglect, but a mechanical failure of the AC unit. WNBA star Brittany Griner is not traveling with NBA star LeBron James shared this video of his son Bronny playing the piano following his release from the hospital. The video shows LeBron's eldest at home on Saturday afternoon, surrounded by family. The 18-year-old went into cardiac arrest while practicing with the University of Southern California basketball team on Monday, and it still remains unclear what caused Bronny's cardiac arrest. Well, coming up in sports, the Braves beat the Heat and the Brewers in Atlanta, plus the Green Jackets try to double down against the River Dogs. That's new next in sports.
About Ubrelvy.
On your sideline, sports brought to you by the Hawk Law Group.
Today was the last time, well, hopefully the last time, depending on who makes the postseason, that the Brewers met the Braves. With last night's win, the Braves clinched the series against the Brew Crew for the first time since 2017. So this afternoon for most of the guys was just an average day on the job. Every job just has that one overachiever. For the Braves, That was Matt Olson. He drove in 5 runs with 2 homers. This is the big one, the go-ahead goner in the 8th. He has the most homers in the National League with 35, 88 RBIs, which is the most in the majors. It was a big scoring weekend for the Braves. 29 crossed the plate over the 3-game series. Here's what Snit had to say about the Braves' bats.
I mean, when those guys are clicking and doing what they're capable of doing, I think it takes a lot of pressure off the guys at the top, and lengthens our lineup, obviously. So it's pretty dangerous offense when we have those guys swinging a bat too. Now, I don't know if I've ever seen this at any level at any time. I mean, it's just crazy what they do in the beginning, and it just keeps on too. It's been a long time now that they've been doing this, but I've never seen anything like that.
Atlanta has scored 109 runs in the first inning this season. They're on pace to score 170 runs by the end of it. If they keep at it, they'd shatter the NL record and the MLB record. Okay, here's a look at the Green Jackets. So they had a rain out yesterday. They are playing that game right now. They're in the bottom of the 3rd. But earlier today, they already won their second game of the series. All right, just before we go, take a look at this. This is Friday night's game between the Cubs and Cards. And take a look at this. Rob absolutely just said, not today. Okay, Emily, what's going on in weather?
We're seeing lots of showers and thunderstorms this hour, and I know we're seeing people on the roadway, and definitely not the best time to do that. We have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings for our southern counties, and you can see this line already starting to develop. Again, that's even extending all the way to Augusta. Augusta's seeing a downpour right now, at least for the northwestern part of the city, and that's continuing even into Aiken, too. They are seeing some showers and thunderstorms, and we're going to see them off and on throughout the rest of our evening. But as we head into the overnight, things are looking a little bit better for us. I'll zoom in on the map there, just a little bit of a closer look. Again, these severe thunderstorm warnings are because of strong wind gusts, hail possible. I detected about half an inch of hail falling in North Augusta. Again, that cell that I was just showing you just a second ago. There we go. Seeing some hail there. We have a special weather statement, and that's just something that's below severe limits, but I want to keep an eye out for just south of the city of Hephzibah. So again, lots of showers this afternoon and evening, I really should say, and that's going to continue for off and on for the next several hours as it moves south and east. Look at those severe thunderstorm warnings there. Once this heads out, though, could see a couple of stragglers, but throughout the day tomorrow, we're going to start off partly cloudy, and then going to see plenty of sunshine for our Monday. Going to see a couple of those isolated showers again possible in the afternoon and evening, Craig. So not a bad work week for us. I think I have the 7-day coming up here in just a second, but really not a bad 7-day. Things are a little bit cooler, and I say a little bit. It's really like 2 degrees cooler than average for this time of year, but hey, I think we'll take what we can get. Again, isolated showers possible in the afternoon, but it's July. We know these run-of-the-mill showers and thunderstorms are out of here just as quick as they move in. And then overnight low is going to be anywhere from the lower 70s to upper 60s, so really not looking too bad. This is definitely the end of July. When does August start? When is that? Tuesday?
That's 2 days. Yeah, Tuesday.
Wow. So, okay, start of August. I feel like the start of August is kind of like end of summer, even though it's technically not on like many levels, but I feel like it kind of is. That's kind of sad. It's still gonna feel like summer though. Still summer pattern.
Alrighty, but yeah, thanks for the heads up on the rain, and looking forward to the sun there, Emily. Well, 3D printing, before we go, has been around for decades and is now responsible for creating the world's largest neighborhood of 3D printed homes. The community is part of a wider development in Georgetown, Texas called Wolf Ranch. The construction company teamed up with an architectural firm and says 3D printing can build homes faster, more affordable, better for the environment. I'm just curious how this is going to stand up. I mean, it looks pretty well made, but, just curious on those building blocks. Well, thank you all for joining us here on News 12 at 6 o'clock. Be sure to join us one last time before you start your week with more news, weather, and sports at 11.